Patrick Dennis with Bank of Little Rock Mortgage is here to share some common home buying pitfalls and how to avoid them. If you're in the market to buy a home, you want to listen up to that segment.
From the station that's on your side, this is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Still a lot to come on today's show. Patrick Dennis with the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage is here to share some common home buying pitfalls and how to avoid them. He's going to help us out this morning.
It's a stressful process, and he's here to help us learn exactly what we can do to make sure that we get the best deal and we're not getting cheated in any way. Patrick Dennis with the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage is here to share some common home buying pitfalls and how to avoid them. Stay with us. Welcome back to Good Morning Arkansas. Patrick Dennis with Bank of Little Rock Mortgage is here to share some common home buying pitfalls and how to avoid them. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So what is the most common mistake that you see home buyers making?
So I think the most common mistake is that people don't get pre-approved for a mortgage. I can't tell you how many times I have realtors call me and say, hey, can you get this person pre-approved before we go out and look at homes? The thing being is that you really don't know what you qualify for and what you can afford until you get pre-approved for a mortgage.
That's a really good tip. And also another thing, it can be hard when you're shopping for a home and you see all these different houses and you kind of fall in love with one that's really nice, maybe out of your price range. Is that something you see a lot as well?
We do see a lot of that. People drive through neighborhoods thinking about what they want in a home and not actually what they can afford. So before you go out there and get tempted, or before you go online, even before you call that realtor to go out and find that home, you want to know what you qualify for and what you can afford, which are not one and the same.
And so this is something you need to be really thoughtful and careful about.
Absolutely. You want to look at several different angles before you go in and get pre-approved for a mortgage. Your credit. Your credit is a big factor. You want to keep your credit cards under 30% in capacity. You want to know what's on that credit report too. Not a lot of people do know what's on there. There could be, some hiccups on there, some mistakes that happen that aren't actually yours. In advance, you want to make sure you have that credit score where you want it to be.
Yeah, that's a really important tip. Just getting pre-approved, not stretching your budget as well.
Huge.
Yeah.
It's an emotional thing, buying a new house, especially when you're a first-time home buyer. So you're out there, you're looking, and you want to keep that emotion kind of limited and think about the finance aspect of it. Financial both now and in the future, because when you're buying a home, if you're not within your means, that's going to be an extended expense for a long period of time.
For years and years till you have that mortgage paid off.
Absolutely.
Another thing that I have on my notes here is that, a lot of people are kind of, how much do I put down? They have that thought running through their head. What's a good number? You don't want to go too high and kind of, make it hard on your finances, but you also want to put something down typically, right?
Right. So there's this common myth that it's 20% down. That's not true. You can do a loan as little as 3% down. And in fact, there's actually loans out there where you can do no money down. So 20% down, not always the best case. You want to leave some of your savings too, so you have it for life's events and emergencies and things of that nature.
Yeah, you really never know what's going to happen, even if you think you do. So having a little bit of a cushion there can be really helpful, especially when you have a mortgage.
Absolutely.
And we were mentioning loans. Let's get into talking about that.
So there's several different kinds of loans, and we at Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, we function a lot of those. So you have your FHA loan, which is pretty lenient on credit challenged people. It's a low credit score driven model. It's also, you can put as little as 3.5% down. VA loans, which are some of my favorite loans to do, deserving veterans qualify for those loans, and they're the most deserving out there. Those loans can be 100% and there's no mortgage insurance involved. We also have rural development loans, which self-explanatory, rural areas outside the city. Those are also 100% loans. But one of the big keys that we have a new loan out there, it's called a Home Possible or a Home Ready. For people with as low as a 620 credit score, they can put 3% down, get a lower mortgage insurance, and a lower credit or a lower rate out there on a conventional deal.
So you think there's an option for pretty much everyone out there?
Hey, if you give me a call, we'll find an option for you as long as there's income.
I love that. That's great. And that's really encouraging for people that are getting into the market and thinking about their future and thinking about buying a home.
Absolutely.
So speaking of calling you, how can people get in contact with you guys?
Yeah, so Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, our main office is on Cantrell Road up on Highway 10. Feel free to call us. We've been there for 20 years. I've been there for 10. We'd be more than happy to answer any question you have.
Perfect. And we have that number up on your screen for you at home if you're interested. You guys also have social media.
We do. Yeah, blrmortgage.com.
Which is awesome for people that are just kind of browsing and wanting to get a little bit more information but aren't quite sure if they're ready to take that step yet.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you so much for being here on Good Morning Arkansas with us. Some great information. Once again, if you are interested in buying a home, get in contact with them because they have all the tips for you.